Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Model Citizen Podcast. Hello, my sister.
Oh, sister friend.
Sister friend and fellow virality queen. Dude, I'm sorry, you guys, but we're going viral right now.
We're
and
literally
it's crazy.
going viral. And we're different.
You're different. You've been different for a really long time, but now it's like a different.
Ever since the cat pic went viral, I've been different. Like, I'm just going to be so for real right now.
Yeah. Like, I feel like I'm going to start acting like I've won the lottery. You know how people are like,
yeah. And you already act like that. So this is going to be
true.
horror for all of us. So Michaela has been basically cranking out just like viral memes, dude. We're a meme page now. We're a meme podcast. We're a meme page. If you go to our Instagram at the Model Citizen Podcast, you can see the memes that are just going hella viral, bro. Like, what, brother?
Which is actually so apropos considering our guest today, which we'll definitely get into in a minute. But when it comes to like virality, but yeah, I mean, I'm just
also virality.
Virality
and apropos in one like segment is
I'm
crazy.
well read.
It's crazy.
If you guys don't know what we're imitating, I don't ever want to say we were imitating Leah from
who is literally the queen of Love Island, and if she doesn't win, like just based on her as a personality, then I'm probably just done watching the show.
Literally, like
I stan Leah.
There's so like I almost wish we could start a Love Island podcast. There's just so many of them, but I wish we could start it because the way that we are Love Island fanatics. I mean, I have been and you have been for a while, but I feel like the world is starting to like really
literally the world
get it. Yeah.
And the US one, that if you guys haven't gone on board, dude, I even have my stepdaughter watching it with me and like her friends. They're literally all like, oh my God, I'm so on board. If you guys haven't watched the most recent US Love Island, get on it now. You can hold off on UK. UK is good too, but this US season is so good. And
like I'm sad.
There's so much drama. No, I'm
sad.
Dude, literally last night, like we got candy after dinner and I was like, I need this for Love Island. I need to simply like eat until my stomach hurts and see what the fuck Aaron's
I've never snacked more in my life. Like I snack because you're just like, you're so wound up and excited that you need to do something else. While you're watching.
Also,
do you know what I mean?
Also, Brian's like, I love Love Island, but I also can't wait till it's over because we go to bed so late. We literally got in bed at 9:30 last night.
I know, dude. We had your part. You guys, I just got back a couple of days ago from New Jersey, as y'all know, because we were on CBS Morning. No big deal.
Not us talking about CBS Morning for the third week in a row.
Well, I'm sorry, but we're going to keep talking about it. But I just got back a couple days ago and it was just so funny because we had Brian straight up staying past his bedtime. I was like, Brian, you're going to watch, right? Like being such an annoying little sister vibe. I was like, you're going to watch, right? You're not going to be lame and go to bed, right? And Brian's just like exhausted. Like he's had a full day of work, an evening of children, like just absolutely putting in all the work. By the way, the same work that you're putting in. So that's why I'm kind of like, don't feel that bad. I'm like, you can fucking
but to be
rally.
Fair, he does have the 9 to 5, but
he does have a 9 to 5, but like whatever, you're a guy, that's your job. So I'm just like, you were literally raised to do this.
Yeah.
Anyway, like, and I'm just like, Brian, you're not gonna watch. One night he went up early, dude. The way your husband has, he has this self-control that is like the skill to do good for oneself is so unbelievable.
I don't know it, dude. The way
you guys, he went up early. He missed movie night so he could go to bed early and wake up early to work out. What? What do you mean?
Cinema night. He literally gets up in the morning at 5:30 to work out like a cuckoo bird. Like, what are you?
What are you, a responsible adult? Like, I couldn't believe my earballs. But yeah, so Love Island US
so
is
right now, dude, you guys.
Unbelievable. Wow. Like, I want to talk about it, but I also want to give people the chance to catch up, but also like it's a daily thing. So it's like you need to catch up. Like, I have so many friends who are now just starting to get on board and they're like, oh my God, I love so and so together. And I'm like, oh, that's not gonna last. Like, I don't know what to say.
29 episodes behind, I fear.
Like, what do you say to people who are like, like literally 30 episodes behind. And I'm like, those two aren't even in the villa anymore. So it's
Dude,
like, I
I know.
can't, what am I supposed to do? Pretend? Or when you find out that someone's actually an asshole, like Kendall, you know, it's like,
No.
he is.
No, don't talk
Kendall's not.
about my Kendall that way.
I'm gonna tell you. I have
What?
had a weird feeling about Kendall.
No.
And when
Does more come
he,
out of him? Come out about
it's
him?
not even that. Like anyone can say whatever they want about anybody, and I'm not necessarily gonna believe it. When he was talking to Serena and he had his arms crossed and he was like in her face. Do you remember that? It was like this scene where I think it was like after Casa,
Okay.
the recoupling. And obviously Serena did her whole situation.
Yes.
And Kendall went up to her and had his arms crossed like this. And he was like in her face, like talking like right down to her in her face. My red flags went cuckoo banana nuts. I was like, what we're not gonna do is speak to a woman that way. You're not gonna get that close to it. I don't want any man ever this close. Don't ever get this close to me, bro. If you
Not
can see the
even your own
freckles on my
husband.
face, you're too close.
Yeah.
And
So
you can see my
simply
freckles from
stand
pretty
at
fucking far
least
away.
a football field away from me.
I need all man a football field away from me. That like that was such a red flag to me, honestly.
You know who is a green
Oh,
flag
and can I
through
just
and
also say,
through?
can I just say really quickly, the way that he talked so much shit about all the girls, all the villa girls while they were in Casa.
Yeah, no, I didn't like that.
Hated that. I was like, you got
and
a
they
chance.
got away with it so quick, Nicole. Yeah. I'm like, Nicole, you didn't even really bring it up.
You really didn't even like say anything. You were just like, that wasn't very nice.
But you know who's a green flag?
Who?
Kenny, through and through.
Kenny
was written
by a woman. Written by a woman.
Yeah.
He dresses business casual.
Yep.
He has a strong jaw.
He said he was blessed.
He said he was blessed. He said to her, he said, I want you. I need you.
Oh my God. Except every time I watch him now, you told me that he looked like my first boyfriend.
I know.
And now I can only see that when I watch him.
He kind of does that, doesn't he?
Yeah,
do you think he does?
It's like, it's this area from like eyebrow to nose.
Is it how he talks?
And how he talks.
Is it his voice?
Like honestly his stature too, kind of.
Yes, there's something about him that is like so similar. It's kind of like he's also like kind of silly in a way.
Yeah.
Like he's like a big fucking Doberman silly goose puppy kind of vibe.
Yeah.
And that's how your first boyfriend was. So I don't know. I just he's definitely a green flag though. And then again, of course, we have Miss Leah, who like I literally cannot. Martin and I are walking around our house and we're just like, and he went up there and he did his big one. Now you're sending 3 home. And then you're still here in your fucking overalls, bitch.
She is literally comes in with the zingers that are so good. I'm just like,
she's
Leah.
So good. She's like, anything you've heard bad about me, times it by 100. And if it's horrible, make it worse. Like she just like doesn't care. Also, she's giving absolute Persian Calabasas princess. The second that they said she was from Calabasas, I knew exactly what we were doing.
I literally knew what her house looked like.
I knew what her house looked like. I knew what her lifestyle. Literally, I knew what her lifestyle was. I know what products she uses. I know what that explains the vintage Roberto Cavalli dress. That explains the Miu Miu heels. Like everyone else is getting dressed by Polly, right? Like they're all getting dressed and styled by Polly. And like no shade, but they're not busting out vintage Roberto Cavalli the way that
not you knowing
is.
The ins and the outs of the.
I know the ins and the outs about everything, dude. I am one with wisdom.
You're clued in. You're keyed in. You have your finger on the pulse. I try, but because of children, I can only do so much. But I try.
You do try. And I think that's great. I actually do think that you're pretty like clued in though. I feel like also you know more about like actual real life news like sooner than I know it. Like I can be like, oh, such news? And such happened. But like you'll just like I'll just be like, oh, such and such happened. You'll be like, I know. And I'm like, how did you already hear about it? It literally just got announced 35 seconds ago. And you like already heard about it.
Yeah, but I'll go to you for like my Gen Z stuff.
Yeah, I know. I have my finger of the asshole of the polls. And you are clued into things that probably matter more.
Dude,
I'm like, I know the heels that Leah was wearing on episode 48 of Love Island. If that's
so
what anyone needs to know.
To know those heels. Should we talk about our Manhattan Day or should we save that for Patreon?
I think we need to save it for Patreon, I
Okay,
fear.
because I just feel like it's actually, like, the craziest freaking
Mhm.
day, and I was like, "We only have, like, 10 minutes until our guest comes in," and I'm like, "Ugh,
Yeah.
I fear that's not enough time."
No, I fear we need more time because we're talking and you guys probably saw my story, okay? We're talking I saw a man's wiener against my will.
Mhm.
Okay. Hunter had me straight up like running across the
Uncut
city.
gems.
Uncut gems across the city. Like Hunter just like the way you move in the city is crazy to me. The way
Crazy.
you move in general, Hunter moves at a million miles a minute and I am
Yeah.
a slow
You have
go.
gotten really slow.
I
I
am very
just have
slow.
to say, you have
I
gotten
just have
very
like
slow.
I'm slow like the way a like meditating monk is slow. Like I'm
Yeah,
like, you're not gonna make me go fast.
and I
Nothing is
simply
going to
need to
make
go.
me. And Hunter is literally pushing me down the street. And I'm like, no. And Hunter's like, you need to. We're gonna be late. And I'm just like, fine. Like, and we find a way to meet in the middle. Okay. Hunter had a fucking magician do the sickest, craziest magic trick that I've ever witnessed in my
Dude,
life.
are
It
we
was
giving
so
too much
real.
away? That's, like, not even the craziest though, you guys, and then
I know, but I'm just saying
Michaela
this
got
is what's
stuff
gonna be on the Patreon.
stolen.
I got stuff
Yeah,
stolen,
you
like,
got
it
stuff
is I
we
had
got
to pay
threatened.
money.
We got threatened
Threatened.
by a girl to pay someone money. It
I
was
got
yeah,
threatened by a girl in Queens, like, I'm not fucking kidding you guys, it was the most
yeah.
New York was really New Yorking that day.
Dude, I in all my years of being here, almost in, like, a few months, 9 years,
Yeah.
never have I ever had such a New
No.
York day in my
It was
life.
every, like, kind of bad experience you can have in New York, like,
Literally.
all wrapped into one day,
I don't
so
know why we didn't put it on TikTok. We really should have put that day
I
on
think we're gonna
TikTok.
have to do a story time on TikTok for sure.
Yeah.
But anyway, so guys, we have a really exciting, fun, fucking Gen Zer coming on today. A real life Gen Zer.
Dude, I cannot wait. And I was telling Michaela that I was getting ready for this chat and I like put my hair in two braids. You know how the Gen Z girlies do? They like
Yeah.
in the front, they do like the two braids. And I looked
Mhm.
at myself in the mirror and I was like, no. I was like, people are gonna clock me and be like, you're absolutely trying too hard. Like it's
No.
literally giving like mom who shows up. It's like the mom and mean girls. Like, hey
Okay.
kids, like, is that what we're doing? I
Right.
took them out. I couldn't because I just like I was like, I'm
If
gonna
it doesn't fit
try.
with your energy, it's not gonna work. Like, if you
It
are
fits
a
with
coquette
yours.
girl, right, like, the thing is that you have to go full send. You have to do a full outfit, the jewelry, the hair. It has to be a full send fit because if you're kinda doing
Yeah.
millennial, like, outfit and then you're doing Gen Z, Gen Alpha hair, you're gonna, like, confuse
Horrifying.
yourself. It's horrifying.
Which
Yeah.
this person does. Gen Z looks so good. So good.
Just such a unique style. So, you guys, we have Miss Dana Rose coming on today, who is just an absolute TikTok icon.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, she really is. And
She has almost 1 million followers on TikTok. She is like
mhm,
just rose to this TikTok fame. And what I love about her videos and what she has always stood out to me, I actually found her about a year ago and I've followed her ever since. And she is just so bold in her style. She's so
yeah,
confident in her style and her choices. And I love how she has really defined it. And she's a curvy queen. And I'm like, I just get so inspired by the things that she wears and the things that she does. And she's just like a cool girl. I'm like, teach me how to be a cool girl.
Hunter needs help. Okay. Like,
I literally desperately need help.
I try, but Hunter's just like in a Soma pant. And it's
No,
everything in me.
I'm in a Soma crop pant right now. They're
Oh, so
cropped.
is it cropped to the kneecap?
Yeah, dude, they're cropped to the kneecap. This is when you know that all my shit's in the laundry because my Soma crop is the one that I take out. That's kind of like my last.
Right, because you don't like a crop pant for some
I
whatever reason.
don't.
I like a short. Like, I walk around in a short. I want the legs out. I want the ankles out. And Hunter likes to be literally covered head to toe. I don't know
I
how
no,
you
no, no. I like
survive.
a pant. I like my arms out. I like a
Yeah.
pant though. I like a
Yeah.
pant.
Yeah.
If I have like a spray tan, I'll do like a skirt or something. But
Mhm.
um, yeah, dude. Also, I'm just hella rocking this rash, which is just so
I
Gen Z of
know.
me.
Poor Hunter. It's so Gen Z to have a rash,
I
dude.
know.
Well, we're very excited to have Dana on, and I think it's going to be such a fun conversation. I think like what I love is having someone on who is from the next generation who, I'm hoping previous generations have inspired to be confident.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's necessarily her experience, but I know a lot of girls her age and younger who have been like, thank God for the Hunter McGrady's and the Candace Huffines and the, Ashley Grahams and the precious, like, thank God for them, because it gave me so much power to like find my voice and like find my style and feel confident. And I don't know, I feel like in a time, especially because you guys know we're doing the summer of self-love, I feel like in a time when people are feeling a little bit disheartened, it's nice to see this next generation is like kind of carrying the torch, right?
Yeah, totally. And I feel like they do it in such a beautiful way too, where it's like it's truly authentic. Like I feel like, and we'll talk about this with Dana too. I feel like TikTok can be such a beautifully positive space or such an absolute hellscape. And I feel like the people who make it a hellscape are usually the millennials on TikTok. I hate to say, and like the Gen Zers are like, no, we're accepting of everyone. Like, get out of here.
I mean, I could make the argument that it's the Gen Zers that are actually the ones.
Really?
I feel like millennials are mostly pretty chill. Like we're not really interested in getting into too much. It's the Gen Zers who are like, well, actually, did you ever think about this?
I will
You've
say
never
that,
even thought about this.
and also the Gen Zers, dude, like nothing gets past them.
Nothing,
they will
dude.
dig shit up from years
They'll
ago.
just dig up a tweet from 15 years ago, and I'm like, how do you know about Twitter? They'll dig up pictures from your MySpace, and I'm like, how did you know that this even existed? Like, this is an archive. You're an archaeologist at this point when you're going into somebody's MySpace.
Detective archaeologists, and it's a beautiful thing to witness.
I think that just in general, though, if we're going to just speak about things like that, the whataboutisms that are going on in the world are driving me fucking crazy. So it's like, if you're talking about having a summer birthday party and like all the ways to make your summer birthday party like so fun, you'll have someone in the comments that's like, okay, but what about winter birthday parties? Like, you're not even thinking about them. And it's just like,
you literally can't have anything.
This is about a summer birthday party. Like, I can't help you. Go find someone who had. Do you know what I mean? It's so many like whataboutisms, and I'm sick.
You can't have. Here's the thing: you didn't know that. Getting into 2024, you can't have anything. You can't do anything. You can't say anything. You cannot have anything. You are literally stuck. You have to. Oh, don't even get. No, I can't even.
Hunter can't even.
I can't, bro. I can't.
Don't make
straight up. I can't.
I can't do it. Well, you guys, we're very excited to have Dana on. We're going to let her in a minute here and enjoy this episode. And absolutely, if you are not signed up for the Patreon, make sure you do that. You guys, we're doing 2 episodes a month extra with full video, the whole shebang. And they are usually the things that we can't really put out publicly.
Yeah, because like, literally, if we put it on Instagram and we put it on Podcast Apple, they flag us.
Yeah, so it's like we can't,
and we lose followers, and we lose. It's like literally crazy. So if you want to listen to like the juicy stuff or just like the crazy stuff, that's like whatever. But yeah, did you guys know that they flag us?
They flag us for.
We can't.
Well,
I feel like even say BDSM on Instagram without
dude,
getting.
What kind of world are we living in where we can't even say BDSM?
That's an acronym.
Also, what if I just said the whole word? I'm not saying that I'm doing it. It's just a factual thing that exists.
It's crazy, dude. So go to our Patreon. $5 a month gets you that tier of literally all that content. And we're going to be posting that story about New York. That'll be our next Patreon. So yeah, bye.
Juicy.
Go get it.
Enjoy Miss Dana Rose.
We did your intro before you came on, and I was like, no, I found you on TikTok a few months ago, and I'm just like, no, I'm obsessed. Like obsessed with
she sent me your TikToks, and I was like, oh, I'm in love with her, obviously.
No, when you reached out, I was like, wait, she knows who I am? Like, this is actually crazy.
Oh my gosh, I love you. Well, we're so excited. So we just love everything that you stand for, everything you are. Of course, we love your style. Will you give us a little bit of a background on like how you rose in TikTok, how you even started with all of that? Did you always set out to do something in content creation?
Yeah, actually, no. So I was in grad school at the time. I actually have my master's degree. I like ended up finishing, but I started posting on TikTok. Like I have the same story as everyone else. I always say like, I posted during COVID, and then like it just kind of, I had nothing to do other than post on TikTok. And I actually started by posting like funny videos. And the first video I ever posted got like 5 million views. And I was like, oh, okay. Like
you're like, not me being funny.
Yeah. And then
you're like, not me going viral the second I step into this space.
Literally. And then people were like, oh, where's your outfit from? And I'm like, okay, maybe we should transition into like fashion stuff. So actually I was like working a 9 to 5 in human resources, like just being a corporate baddie. And then I'm like, you know what, maybe we can do this. So transitioned into like posting more fashion content, and like just the baddies got me.
The baddies showed up. So you have your degree in psychology, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And then you have your master's, and I'm not going to say this right. It is like a long term for HR, right?
Yes,
essentially.
Industrial organizational psychology, and I always say it's like what the lazy psych people do. No offense, like I just didn't want to be a therapist, so I'm like, okay, what else can I go into? And yeah, now
wow.
What is it about psychology
master's?
that like really drew you? And does that inform how you operate on TikTok, how you post? Like, do you feel like you have more of an understanding from like a marketing psychological point of view at all?
For sure. I minored in marketing in undergrad, so I feel like I have that under my belt, and kind of like I'll notice like, oh, maybe I did kind of do that like subliminally, like using my marketing background, but I don't think I'm like super conscious of it. Nor do I like I really separated the two like way back when I transitioned into like just doing social media. So now I'm kind of like not in the educational space, but I'm sure I use like, you know, tools every day that I've learned in the 6 years that I spent in college just to like post pictures of myself online.
I mean, same girl. I have a bachelor's in business,
period.
and I'm doing what with it?
Period.
No, I think the thing is I think that like you said, subliminally, you do use that kind of stuff. Also your guys, first of all, you're not just posting photos online. Like one thing that really stood out to me about you is I love how bold and confident you are in your style. Like I love it. I'm like, because you're just like a curvy queen and you just don't give a fuck, and you're just like, I'm gonna wear this, I'm gonna do this, and look so good while doing it. And every time you post, I'm like, I want to wear that. How did you find your style? How, like, what inspired you?
Yeah, first of all, I apologize if you hear my puppy. She's like anxiety prone, and she's like in the room. Right, I locked her in the room because she can't be barking, but she's definitely barking. So,
oh, I don't even hear her.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, headphones.
Yeah.
Unlock. So I think honestly, I feel like I was put into a category like very early on online. I don't know if you guys can relate to that. Like people kind of just like saw that I was plus size, and they were like, "Oh, she's like all about body positivity." And I'm like, "No, I never said that. Like I am for sure, but I when I was growing up, like I've always been a bigger girl, whether I like my weight fluctuated or what." And you know those girls that are just like always put together, like they always look so cool, and you're just like, wow, I want to be them when I grow up. I'm like, why? But they're always straight size. I'm like, no one who's plus size just like shows up and doesn't talk about their body. I always notice like on social media, like I feel like people were kind of confused when I started posting, because they're like, why is she not mentioning off rip that she's a bigger girl before like getting into it? And I'm like, but you don't ask the straight size girls to do that. So I'm just gonna be the cool girl, and if you don't like it, you don't have to follow me.
Right. So, which I love. I love that you kind of have that energy of like, you can just simply unfollow. And I think I was watching one of your vlogs and you were like, I'm heavy with the block button. Like and I'm the same way. I'm like infamously the same way. Hunter knows, like, I'm like, I will block and I will unfollow and like protect my peace into complete solitude if I have
Kayla you guys are very, so I'm like literally like, I'll pray for you. I'm like, I'll pray for you. God bless you. And see yourself out if you please, but don't worry about it.
No, because you didn't greet me with like respect or kindness, so I'm not gonna do the same. Like,
I love that.
I love that.
Black.
Yeah, black, honey. And it's so true. I think that, you know, we all three of us come, you know, from this world of media where so much is about our body. And, you know, I pray of a day where, you know, a curvy girl is on the cover of a magazine and her body is like the last thing anyone talks about, or on a television show. Like I think of Nicola from Bridgerton, and Nicola Coughlan, right, Kayla?
Mm-hmm.
Coughlan? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Love her. And she, first of all, is like a small size, whatever, like 8'10", and all anyone can talk about is her body. And I'm like, no, she's an incredible actress. Like, she's a beautiful, wonderful actress. She's so talented. She's killing this role, and all anyone talks about is her body. And so I love that you showed up as you are, and you were like, I'm not gonna sit here and make it all about my body. It's just me dressing cool, being cool, being that cool girl.
Yeah. And like not even second guessing it, because you would be surprised. Like, I don't know if you guys want to take my advice, but you can't comment certain things under my videos. Like the amount of words that I have blocked just to like
No, literally
protect.
same on my Instagram.
Yeah, like I'm protecting my peace. I'm not just protecting mine, because honestly, comments have never, like, I can honestly say comments really have never gotten to me. Like, I know that it's just like somebody in their mom's basement, like calling me a whale, like whatever. But I just worry about the girls who look up to me, because you're not going to scroll through my comments and watch all these men like attack me for the way I look, attack me for my body. I'm so many other things, and I want you to see that first. I want you to see that in yourself first. And I just think like a safe space, like we need a safe space that is like not body talk heavy, because why are we so obsessed with it? Like,
I love that, actually. Just like, it gives such a different perspective, because I feel like it's always kind of situated that it's like, oh, I'm going to protect me. But it's like, there are so many women, young women who have not had this like empowering experience that maybe we have had, who are in our comments seeing things that are their nightmare being said to us. And like, yeah, we can take it on the chin. Like all three, like, we've been through the ringer, I've been on Instagram for like since its inception. So it's like, believe me, we've all heard it all. But there's a lot of women who could not hear even one of those things without it like really ruining their day, their week, their month. So just the fact that you're like, I'm blocking this for me, but also for you, because you don't need to see this. This is not truth. This is not necessary. This is just like purely hate. And I'm not going to let my account be like a place where these fucking people can come and say these horrible things.
I do the same thing. You should see my list for Instagram. I'm like, nope, you're not going to be able. You don't get that luxury to comment those words on my page, because I literally the same thing. And I don't know if even people realize that you can do that. You can block words on your Instagram. I didn't know you could do it on TikTok too, which is great information, because I'm going to go and do that. And I think that is such a brilliant thing, and I wish everyone would do it, because it's like, nope. You don't even get to get that far. Sorry, like, don't let the door hit you on the way out. And it's protecting your peace, protecting other people's peace, and like making your little slice of the internet a safe space.
Right. I feel like
there's so few.
We have like I feel like I have a responsibility to almost like protect my followers like I would protect my friends, because you obviously followed me because we have something in common, or like you resonate with something in my life. Like, we are friends at that point. I might not know you, but you know a lot about me. And like, I would never want this like evilness, this like negativity to affect not just me, but them. And I think about like you said, you've been on Instagram since its inception. I was in high school when Instagram started, and like, you take it very lightly for a little while. It was fun. It was like Vine, like, was such a time. And then TikTok came about, and like everything kind of switched into this like mass amount of like content and media. And like, I can't imagine being where I was when Instagram started and it being the way it is right now. Like, the words would have gotten to my head. Like, a girl in high school, if she follows me, I want her to feel safe. Like, I want her to feel like there is a side to the internet that she can go and like not have a mental breakdown.
And your page,
the bar
really
is so low. We're like, we just don't want you to have a mental
No,
breakdown.
literally the bar is on the floor.
The bar is in hell at this point. It's just like, I just don't want you to lose your goddamn mind when you come over to my page.
And like, honestly,
psychotic.
I'm also trying to keep it together, girl. Like, let's just try and keep it together.
Literally,
I don't have it together, if that's for what it's worth.
Same.
I gave up on that a long time ago. Like, I'm in my mid 30s. I'm like, I gave up, sanity a while ago. My question is, because I love to fight in the comments. Hunter knows this. Like, I don't have any words blocked, because I'm like, let's go.
Kayla's
like, I'm always in the corner.
I'm the golden
I'm
retriever.
always ready to go. I'm like, no, say what you want to say. Like, you're going to regret it. Do you ever feel, and do you ever like clap back, or are you just very like Hunter? Like, you're just like, I'm blocking.
Although I will find their
like,
moms, and I will find their work where they work,
Hunter will find the moms, and she'll be like, your mom is not going to feel great about this. And
Kayla will be like, Kayla will go cut throat. She'll go for the jugular.
Yeah.
I'll be
like I'll talk about their half court hairlines. You know what I mean? Like, I'll go there.
Some guy commented my page the other day and was like, I forget what he said, but he was like, no one wants to see this. And I was like, thanks, whatever his name is. I'll let your coworkers at Home Depot know. Like, I was like, one Google, bro, and I like find out where you work straight up. But that's about as far as like, okay, we'll go for the everything else. Are you
Okay.
more of a Michaela or more of a
I want to I want to say I fall somewhere in between, like probably a little less like of the find where you work hunter. No offense. Shout out to
I'm
you.
literally like, I'm gonna tell your mom on you.
And I love that for you. Like, I wish I had the balls to do that. But
she's gonna find the principal of your school. Like, she's gonna talk to them.
And it's like, honestly, you should, because digital footprint is a real thing. Like, shame on you.
Yeah.
No, I'm definitely somewhere in between. I'm not gonna like come for your neck because I don't ever want to like stoop. But sometimes I'm like, ugh, I wish I could just tell you how receding your hairline is and keep it pushing. But I think I'll kind of like do like a little like kill him with kindness, but also be like sarcastic about it. Like, if someone calls me,
now
like,
is that the Libra in you, where you're kind of like, because you're Libra, right? So you like things a little fair, a little bit balanced.
Yeah,
like generally friendly and warm.
Yeah, I feel like I just don't really care, to be honest. Like, I'll kind of, I don't even read my comments for the most part. Like, I'll go through like the top couple and like answer them if they're like my baddies or whatever. But and you can't really comment much. Like, I can't remember the last time, other than Instagram. Instagram Reels is a sickening place, first of all.
Yeah.
They do not have the same like filter system as TikTok does, because TikTok is like more of my safe space, which is crazy to say.
Really?
Oh my God.
Kayla and I were talking about that, how like, because I was like, I think that the Gen Zers, because how old are you? You're 26.
So I'm 26. I fall literally on like the year, and I have both tendencies.
Okay, so because we were like, I think the Gen Zers are more of the like inclusive type, and they're just like really excited. Michaela's like, no, Gen Zers will come for your neck. Like,
I think that there's more of a spectrum of, like, Gen Zers can be very intense and like even more keyboard warrior, but they also are like at the forefront of inclusivity and acceptance. I feel like some of the most like hurtful comments I've ever gotten have been from Gen Z, and I'm like, ouch. I'm like, damn, you went for my
group of teenagers.
Oh my God, like, I cannot walk past a group of teenagers. I'm like, oh, they're gonna say
horrifying.
They're gonna look at like my acne scars and they're gonna hit that. Like, they're gonna find the thing that you know what I mean? Like,
I'm dead.
But what do you think? How do you feel as far as like your audience?
I think Gen Zers are like the more extreme, I feel like, but on both sides of the spectrum, for sure, like positive and then the negative. And it's always like the little boys that like follow what's his face, the bald guy or whatever, like, and like
Andrew Tate. I hate even saying his
name. Ignorant like ideology. So
I guess that spectrum is more gender. It's like the male Gen Zers are on some other shit.
Probably, but I will say, and I don't know if you guys have this experience too, the like 40 to 50, like my mom's-ish age women will cut deep.
Brutal.
They cut deep.
The Lindas?
I'm like, we're women. Can we like not do this?
The Lindas,
the Carols, the Lindas, the Karens, the Dianes, they will come for your throat because there's a lot of internalized stuff that they went through.
Yeah.
And that's something that we always say, is it's like they are victims too. I'll have on Facebook, so like if I ever do an integration with a brand and they post on Facebook,
oh please,
I'm like, forget it. I'm about to get eaten up. These women.
No.
And they've got hair up to here, the blue eyeshadow. I'm like, ma'am,
I have
please,
like
I beg of thee.
I have only like a fan page on Facebook hooked up to my Instagram so that like brands can do that. I don't even have my own Facebook because I used to work with Yitty, and like they ran a lot of ads on Facebook, which like whatever. The comments, like, shame on all those women. That was crazy. I'm like,
absolutely.
Do you guys not have daughters? Do you not have a mom? Like,
they literally all have daughters, and that's what's so sad and so scary.
Oh my God. And it makes me like
showing themselves too,
it makes me thankful that I have like a mom that's like, do whatever you want. Like, I could care less. I'm like, some people
is your mom like that?
Oh my God.
She's very like Okay, love
Are you
that.
kidding me? She'll comment on all my stuff. She'll send me TikToks throughout the day. She's like, you should do this. And it's like a half naked girl. I'm like, period, Carol.
Wow, your mom and our mom would probably
Queen.
be besties because that's my mom too. I mean, our mom too. She's always just like, you guys look great. Like, I think it could be like a little more low cut. That's kind of like your brand and your vibe. And I'm like, Mom, what is your mom? What's her sign?
She's an Aquarius. She's an
Okay.
Aquarius
Oh,
queen. And I always say, you know how there's like Karens?
Yeah.
Her name is Carol. So she's a Carol. She's not a Karen.
Oh,
she's like
for sure.
A kind, loving version.
But also
she's like from that era. It's like born as a Karen. It's like born as a Karen, but like meant to, you know, that saying that's like born a Karen, but like, or born a Carol, but forced to be in a Karen generation.
Exactly. And like, she'll still put somebody in their place, but like in a very like woke way. Like she's not, I don't ever have to worry about her like getting caught up in like a video that someone's going to post on the internet. Like, look at this Karen. No, she will be ride or die for like the good side. I promise.
Oh, right. I love it. Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I have an older brother and I have a couple step siblings, but we're all like all over the place. So,
okay.
Are you and your brother close, or are you guys like just different places?
He's a 30-year-old man, and we live in different states. Like that's still my dog, but we're not super close.
Right. Of course.
I hear that.
What do they think about, like, I always think it's interesting about, you know, our parents' generation. We grew up in the entertainment world. Like our dad is an actor, our mom was a model. Like we grew up in that. But I'm so curious how your family has taken this whole thing of, okay, my girl's in college and now she's on TikTok. Like I'm sure at first they were like, what is going on?
So at first I feel like it was like an adjustment because even for me, like I feel like I had my whole life planned. Like I was ready to be a corporate baddie. I'm like, this is gonna be great. And then it took some convincing for sure, more so with my mom because she's like, you're so educated, like you spent so much time in school, like isn't this what you want to do? And I'm like, first of all, the payout, unmatched. Like if we're gonna sit here and like you know compare, and then it's like I have a free schedule and like she always says like just ride the wave. Like if your plan B turns into your plan A and vice versa, like just have the backup. And I always keep that in the back of my mind. Like I could go into corporate America tomorrow if this all like crumbled or if I just like decided I didn't want to do it anymore, I still have that plan. So as long as I had that, she was fully supportive of it. But at first it was definitely like, okay, wait, like what are we doing? Because it's so new. Like that generation doesn't even know about it. But now I come home, I go home and I'm like, I might as well be Kim Kardashian of the family. Like they're all like, so like, where are you off to now? And I'm like, I don't know.
You're like the Hamptons.
I love it. Yes, I love it.
Yeah.
That is that's cool. I think that is like, again, it must have just been but like also, do you feel like your mom kind of always knew that this was gonna be like, she's like, no, like my girl's a star, you know, like were you a star from a little girl? Like they knew?
I was the star, star from like,
I feel that from you.
It was just like, I don't know. I had like a stage presence when I did like dance and like, I just like, I don't want to like toot my own horn, but you know, you just stand out. Like when
you know.
Yeah, like my favorite is like, when I started to like become an adult and whatever, and then you notice like these like older men that like wouldn't normally find like a bigger girl attractive, but you have this like aura about you and they get like mad at themselves like in front of you for like finding you attractive and you're like, I fear. I'm just like
I fear it's my aura.
Yeah.
I fear it's my aura. No, there's that whole like there's that whole Marilyn Monroe aura thing that everyone's talking about where like there was a story of someone who was with her and she was like, oh, hold on, like let me turn on Marilyn.
No, literally.
Like and she literally like a switch flipped and like everyone's heads turns toward her and like I do think that people
it gives me chills.
I know.
No,
I think that everyone can do it. I think that you do but sometimes people are just born with it.
Kim Kardashian has that.
Yeah, 100%. People want to say Kim K has no talent. I'm like, to be able to walk into a room and turn everybody's head or just like somebody feel a different energy because of one person is like a superpower. And Hunter, I remember literally seeing you for the first time and I'm like, she has it. Like you can just tell. You can just tell. Like,
Dana, thank you. Oh my God, that's
no,
so
please.
Nice.
No, please.
Mm. No, 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 no,
That's so nice.
no.
Thank you so
No, no,
much for
no.
saying
You're
that. Truly, that means the
welcome.
world to me. Because I mean, I do feel like, you do know, right? You're like,
Yeah.
am I meant for something more in front of the camera? Like, what does this look like for me? And the thing is what I love about TikTok is that it's given so many people these opportunities to
Yeah.
do that, right? That may have not been granted those opportunities. And it's so cool to see. And I want to know, where do you pull your fashion inspiration from? We had talked to a girlfriend of mine, Katie Storino, about a week ago. And one thing I mentioned to her was she is so herself. I don't know if you're familiar with her.
Yeah, yeah, I know who that is.
She has the brand Mega Babe, and she's so herself in the way that she'll just wear, like a cheetah print shirt with a striped pant and a croc and like a pink Chanel bag, and somehow it looks so good on her. And I'm like, oh my God, I wish I had that. I do not have that. I don't have
Okay,
what
I
you
feel like
have.
you do though. I feel like you
You're
do.
very sweet. You're very sweet. I play it very, very, very safe. My sister has it, and you guys have it. But first, where do you pull your inspiration from? And second, how do you find that? Like, how do you find that in yourself?
Yeah, I think that's a really hard question. I don't think I've ever like thought about it like that, but I will say
Yeah.
the best tip I ever got was to stare at a color wheel and learn it. Like learn what
Yeah.
colors go together. Like you would be surprised what's in your closet that you could put together you would never imagine to
I
put
love that
together.
tip.
Yeah.
So
So getting dressed though, like
it's
I'll start with one garment. I'll be like, "Oh, I feel like wearing these pants today. Let me try like 12 different things with it and like whatever kind of like gives me that like extra, like, okay, this is cool. Like, I'll just
Yeah.
style it and
I
keep
love
it
that.
pushing.
I love how you mentioned about the color wheel, because Hunter and I were just recently, a couple episodes ago, talking about color theory and getting your colors done. But I literally have this in my drawer right here. So it's this book called A
Oh
Dictionary
yeah,
of
your
Color
book.
Combinations. And
Stop.
I don't know if you've seen this,
No,
but
I need it.
this was actually done by a very famous, I think they are an artist and an architect, kind of like all of the things, but it is like all of the best color combinations and like ones that, and like obviously you don't have to go by this, but I think if you're
Right.
someone who is like Hunter and maybe a little
I
bit
was just gonna say, what
colorblind.
color goes with black?
Yeah, like what's the colors that go best with black?
What color goes with black and gray?
Because that's her whole closet. But like, I love that you said like stare at a color wheel,
Yeah,
because I feel like color and shade is so like can really make or break an outfit. And
for
so this has been
sure.
really helpful for me
That's
to
my
be like,
mid-year resolution, is to dress with more color.
I'm gonna send
And
you this,
I
Hunter. You
often
need
go
this.
to your page, Dana, and I'm like, okay, this is what's cool. Like this is what the girlies are wearing. Because, I was in my mom era for a couple years, and I was just wearing like an Abercrombie dress every day.
No, you're
And
like too
now,
young and hot to be doing this.
no, I
Thank you, Dana.
know.
Thank you.
I am a Phoenix
I literally
rising,
would
you
tell her
guys.
this all the time. I'm like, you're too hot. Like you're on
This is
Literally.
Sports
why I go to
Illustrated. I don't
Dana's
want to see you in a
page.
floor length floral dress. Like that's fine. But like you need to bring the
Literally.
girls out to play.
Literally.
I
Because you
know.
do like
And
to, Hunter. You do
I
like
do
to.
like to, and that's why I go to your page, Dana, all the time. And I'm like, what is she wearing? What's cool? What's hot? What's in? Because it's also nice to see cool stuff and I'm not saying it's about your body, but on a plus
Yeah.
size curvy girl's body, because I'm like, I never see that ever.
Yeah.
You open any magazine or any go on, it's very rare. So I'm always like, okay, that's like the closest. You're much smaller than me, but that's the closest thing to me. And I think that it's so cool. Who's like your top inspirations for fashion? I know
Okay.
it's like a hard question because there's probably a ton, or maybe
Yeah.
there's none.
I think I'm gonna be honest, a lot of them are straight size, but like
Of
I
course,
kind of
that's all you have.
right. I kind of love that like I can replicate stuff like that as a plus size body, but again, I do want to add the point like I lucked out. I kind of am like on the cusp of like the
Yeah,
straight size and the plus size sometimes with like certain brands. So I do like try to find only like brands that will have like a 2, 3, 4X so that my followers
yeah.
can, also dress the same way, obviously. But I don't know if you've ever seen Was Good on
yeah.
Instagram.
Yes.
She's
I'm
my
writing this
favorite.
down.
She's
Is it
like,
WUZ?
yes.
Okay, I'm writing down.
And Maria Beltre, I think I'm saying that right. Loose Unicorns is her at. She's amazing.
Okay. Amazing.
And then I have like my friends are like fly, first of all. So I'm always like stalking all my friends.
I see all your friends. You guys did a video that like one where you guys are like slapping your hands and like going in a line. And I was like, excuse me.
No, like I straight up will like steal my friends' outfits and I'm like, sorry girl, like had to do it for the big girls.
I think surrounding yourself with people who are your vibe too is so important. That's another thing that we have been talking about with like our summer self-love series, which is sort of what this is all about, right? It's like it's a holistic look at if you need a little oomph when it's like your confidence, or you need a little oomph with style, you need a little like something, that's like what we're trying to bring with this series. And I think that one great thing is surrounding yourself with people who like have that same energy. So if you want to be like baddie vibes, you might want to try and find some baddies to hang out with, because like they're going to be the ones who are hyping you up. Like, do you feel like your friends really like hype, like you feel that like hype from them, and it really helps your confidence, your ability to like dress, like whatever, I mean, speak on that.
Yeah, I just have like the best friends, genuinely. Like I make it a point to like really you I'm sure you guys went through this, like early 20s, you kind of have to like filter out people, and it almost feels like a heartbreak because you're like growing apart from these like high school or college friends. Even I would say like I only have one like friend that I am like best friends with from college. I don't really talk to anyone from high school. Like I have a whole other set of like just independent grown women that I got your back, you have mine. Like if you need a boost, I got you. If I need a boost, you got me. But sometimes you outgrow people and like you meet these friends later in life. And I feel very like secure right now who my friends are, like where I am. Like I know that if I have a bad day or if I'm like feeling like not myself, they're there in a split second.
Where did you meet them? Like, where did you, because we often have times from, or lots of questions from girls who are like, can I even make friends as an adult? And we're always like, yes, absolutely. Because we're all about, if you have to filter out your friends, filter them out, break up with them.
For sure. Like it feels like almost like a breakup, like harder than a breakup when you have to filter through friends.
It does.
Sorry, I'm sure you hear her now. But honestly, a lot of my friends are through social media. Now we just kind of like live near each other, so we've like hung out in person more and got closer. But just anywhere. Like I met a friend 2 days ago at like a coffee shop. Like we sat there for like 2 hours and just chatted, and she was the sweetest person. Like we have plans next week. Just
where do you live, Dana?
In Jersey City.
I'm in New Jersey too. We got to get together.
100%.
100%.
I would be honored.
Dude, I feel like everyone is on the East Coast. Vibes. Yeah, were you ever in LA?
I'll visit, but no, I've never lived there. I'm from Connecticut.
You're from Connecticut.
Yeah.
From Connecticut. Did you moved to Philly, right?
Or Philly knows your social.
I know your whole story. I'm the like historian.
I love that. So. I wouldn't even know. I have like the worst memory. I moved to
You're
Philly.
Like, I guess. I don't know where I was.
I have no idea. I feel like all of this was like very random. A lot of people ask me like, why did you move? And like, what was it like? I moved out of Connecticut because that was just like never going to be for me. Like I went away to school. I went to college in Rhode Island. So I got like a taste of what it was like to live away from home. Philly was like, okay, we have a couple friends there. Let's see if we like it. Didn't love it. I love Philly, but I love to visit Philly. I didn't love living in Philly. And I feel like I was in and out of New York every other weekend. And that drive was like treacherous. So I'm like, let me just move a little closer. So I don't really have like a lot of family around here. They're all in Connecticut, but it's still close enough where I can go home. I'm like not getting FOMO from like things in the city and
Jersey's such a good spot. I feel like everyone cool is on the East Coast now. Like I had some baddies here and they've all left. Like LA's dead, and I'm saying it here first. Like you guys have heard it here first. LA is dead. That's where I am, and I'm just like, I'm over it here. Like I'm trying to get to the East Coast.
Yeah,
so
the East Coast is Kayla. That's where it's at. East Coast is just a different vibe. I feel like you guys have weather over there. I'll give you that. You have better weather.
That's it though. That's it. And also, and this is gonna make me sound so spoiled, it gets monotonous. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's the same thing every day. And I'm like, can I get like one colored leaf around here? Can I get like one tree that looks different, you know, like I get like one drop of something. It just
the
is
summers
like,
here are a little hellscape.
the summers are
oh my God,
but
today even is so hot out.
I can't do it. But
if you're like a weather person, yeah, it's great. But if you want like anything else, this is not the place for you.
Dude, such a brat. Literally such a brat.
I've been here my whole life too, so it's like, you know, it's like
I always feel like when I'm on the West Coast, well, specifically LA, I really haven't visited like all of California, but when I'm in LA, I feel like I kind of have to like put myself in like this box of like an influencer, like plus size, like, you know, whatever. And
God forbid you be anything else or more, right?
You know what I mean? And then in New York, I'm just like, I could be whoever I want. I can be anybody, even up and down the East Coast. Like, it's just a different vibe of like acceptance of like differences, I feel like.
Yeah. Agreed. I love that so much too. It is so true. Yeah. You just like, it's like, cut that je ne sais quoi. What's next for you, Dana? Like, where do you see yourself in, I don't know, 1 year? Like, I might even ask 5 years because so much can change, but like, what would you love to do with your platform?
Yeah, I feel like I ask myself this question every day and I like struggle to answer it.
If you don't have an answer, that's fine too.
When I started social media, I was like, okay, I'll ride the wave. Like what my mom was saying, ride the wave for as long as you can and whatever comes of it. Like if it doesn't work out, whatever, you move on, you have another plan. But now I'm kind of like, I want to find the longevity in this because I love it so much. I just don't know where that's going to come from because it's such a new industry. It's always changing. Like you can really pivot into any kind of category you want. Like I could start a podcast. I could like be more serious on YouTube and just like spill tea like all day long. Like you never know. But I feel like I never realized that the choice was mine because I feel like in college people like tell you what you're going to do. Like corporate America, you have a boss. I'm my own boss. I could literally like do anything. But I guess I'm just going to like spill tea right now and like drive a bus. I can tell you guys, something is in the works for like around this time next year. Hunter, I will be hitting you up about it. It's a brand. It's a brand.
Oh,
not the tea.
Like you heard it here first, everyone. In Model Decision exclusive.
Is it something we can wear? Perhaps? Perchance?
The way I'm going to be such a fucking customer.
Is it something that I can wear?
Oh, 100% is something you wear all the time. What?
Oh, amazing.
It's going to be something you can wear in the summer.
I literally cannot wait. I am screaming. You guys heard it here first. Here's the thing.
Is it something that we can play mermaids in?
I fear.
Okay, beautiful. I fear it is something we can play mermaids in.
I think I saw like a need for a different spin on bikinis and bathing suits and I'll just say the word because like come on guys, like use context clues. We know what we're talking about. A need for just like different style coverage because I'm sick of seeing 2X, 3X bathing suits come up to my boobs. Hello? I don't.
We always talk about this. Like I'm trying to tan. Like I want it to be the tiniest string bikini.
Thank you. And like I need like a little bit more like coochie coverage without the high waisted. So I'm like I've made it a point to like tell the internet. I'm like wear your bathing suit bottoms backwards. Like if you've never tried it, try it. Because there's always less coverage in the front than in the back if it's a regular style and not like a thong bathing suit. Turn it around so you get the coochie coverage, but it's not like over your belly button high waisted.
Okay, I love that hot steaming tip, you guys. Whoa,
that's gorge,
right? So nobody, if anyone's watching this and they want to steal my idea, I said it first.
No, you said it first, and we know that.
We will send this we will get litigious with this. Okay, we will send this into the courts.
Podcast. After all, that is such a great tip. I love that so much. What is your favorite thing to wear during summer? Like what is your go-to? Is it like, are you a shorts girly? Are you a skirts girly? Are you just like a bear it all?
Yeah,
I'm getting that vibe.
I'm more of like a bear it all, but I used to hate showing my legs. Like shorts were like never an option for me. And then bloomers came out and I was like, wait, this actually like I feel like pretty cool in these. Like I'm just gonna wear them.
I love that.
And I love the bloomer trend. Yeah, it's so cute.
I saw somebody hating on it this morning, and I was like, whatever.
Just because you can't wear it, because you don't have like the, panache to wear it.
Dude,
like,
I do not have the panache to wear.
Yes, you do. Yes,
no, I
you
do. I do. I'm getting on the bloomers today, you guys. That's it. You guys
need
we're
to
ordering
get
bloomers today.
I'm telling you, I don't know.
I can just
what
see
it
Hunter's
is.
husband. Like, what is this? Are these for Ava?
No, you know what you should do?
My daughter does have
You should
bloomers.
do one of those like wearing an outfit to like go to Target and like see what my husband says and like put bloomers on.
That would be
my
so
husband would literally
funny.
be like, what the fuck? Dana, you know what we need to do is like, Dana, you dress me for a day. And just
that would be
amazing.
And you gotta put her in bloomers.
Immediately.
I need Hunter in a bubble skirt immediately. I just want to see the vibes.
Wait, yes.
Because I feel like Hunter missed the bubble skirt wave when it first came around.
It's
I don't think you were old enough
live.
to.
It's still live.
Yeah, and I feel like it's coming back.
When?
Way back. Dana's like way back then, and I'm just like, when I was like in my 20s. No, it wasn't that. But no, like, I think that would be such a good video, though.
Oh my
like,
God, we need to do
Dana
that.
dressing Hunter.
We need to do
that.
Let's do that.
Let's do it. I love it.
100%.
Oh, Dana, this was so much fun. It was so great to chat with you. Thank you for giving us these incredible tips, B, spilling all the tea, which we love. Where can our listeners find you?
Oh, all over the place, girl.
What's your IG? What's your YouTube?
IG is at Dana X Rose. There's a bit of a twist when we go to other platforms. It's Dana A Rose because somebody had the at already, girls. But I'm sure, like, search Dana Rose. You see this face. I might be blonde, but
love it.
I love it. And same with YouTube also?
Yes, Dana A Rose on YouTube.
Check out her vlogs too, you guys. You have the greatest vlogs.
I was just watching a bunch of them this morning. I was like, oh my God, fun.
Oh my God, I need to get back on my YouTube grind. Like, honestly.
Okay, but isn't it so tough? It's like, okay, you're on Instagram, you're on TikTok, you're on YouTube. Like, it's just like,
so much.
It's so hard.
Also, how much do we need to post a day on TikTok? Like, how many do you post a day?
I'm gonna be honest. Like, I used to be like a 2 a day, or like was very religious about that, and now I'm like maybe once every other day. I know that sounds bad, but like,
no, that's hope gives us all hope.
Yeah, it's not as you don't have to feel it. I feel like you don't have to oversaturate as much as you think anymore on social media. Like, you can kind of just get by with like a couple of posts a week, and like as long as you're a familiar face, eventually, like, you're okay.
Yeah. Quality over quantity. Exactly. I love it. You heard it here first. Thank you, Dana, for coming on the Model Citizen podcast.
I'm literally so honored. You guys have no idea.
We had a good time.
Gosh, yes. And
you guys definitely check Dana out.
Yes, and Michaela, if I get any like nasty comments, I need you to come to my rescue.
I will. It's like, I'm
her.
ready. Don't
my keyboard warrior.
Oh my God. All I want to do is just
it'll be Michaela and your mom, just absolutely at the
Michaela and Carol. Like, keyboard
Michaela and Carol. Just don't fucking Thank you so much, Dana. We appreciate your time.
You guys. Thank you.